welcome to Comics Should Smell Good, a special edition for Secret Wars. The temperature is finally cooling down in Seattle, but the Secret Wars is still heating up, and All New Comics is heating up, and here we go. This week, Age of Apocalypse 1. Once upon a time, I was an old school X-Fan geek, and then they canceled all the books, and they launched all new books, and it was a whole new reality. It was pretty ambitious and cool at the time that they canceled everything. Basically, Legion went back in time. He tried to stop Magneto, but instead he killed Professor X. And there was this whole new reality, and you may love it or hate it by this point with all the spin-offs that they did and all the different stories. But way back then, it was really cool when a whole world where if there's no Professor X to form the X-Men, Apocalypse rises to power, pretty much conquers everything. Cyclops, Beast, Havoc, they never got they've never had the good influence of Professor X, so you had this all-new wild identity where there's an X-Men run by Magneto who's trying to, fight off Apocalypse, and you have a cool team like Magneto, Rogue, Sabretooth, who had Wild Child as his
The
show was so cool.
Kids love chains.
Yeah, they do.
Blink was really cool and badass, and you had all kind of weird villains like Holocaust, Sugar. I'm not even going to bring up Sugar Man. But anyway, he was really gross. But anyway, Fabian Nicieza, who is one of the co-architects of this new reality, he is back to write the story with, I really like...
Rafa Sandoval, yeah, man.
Yeah, Sandoval. He did a great Wolverine run, so he's back on this, and he kind of captures that whole kind of Joe Madura. He was the artist way back on the original, so I think it's got that spirit. So, Age of Apocalypse is back. It's a whole new domain of Doom's battle world.
Who will win, Doom or Apocalypse?
Doom. Duh.
Well, obviously. Yeah.
Doom. Over on the island of, Spider Island, we have Spider Island number 1. Weird, huh? Based on Dan Slott's Spider Island event from back around Spider-Man number 666, back with the old numbering, when the Queen, who was a little-known Spider-Man villain who showed up during Avengers Disassembled to basically just plague Spider-Man and put him in the butt of a giant spider and make him break out with, organic webs so they can match the movies that just got rebooted in a few years.
That's right.
She came back, actually. Someone reused an event villain. It was weird. And she basically turned everyone in the city with the help of the Jackal into spider people. And then into giant spiders, because she just really, really likes doing that. But in this Battle World domain, Spider-Man actually failed to save the New York after a bunch of heroes got turned into spider people and kind of just murdered him in front of Flash Thompson. Yeah, so in this, Flash Thompson, as Agent Venom, teams up with Mary Jane and a few remaining superheroes to try and turn the tide of Spider Island.
Huh. And way out in the wild, wild west, I will refrain from singing the Will Smith song because I totally just watched South Park, and that's really with Clyde Frog and wow, wow, wow. Okay, I'm gonna be done. Anyway, Jerry Duggan, Nick Varela, colors by Lee Lutheridge. 1872 sees the Marvel heroes kind of I don't know if anybody remembers Powerless, which was out a few years back, where they took the Marvel heroes and they depowered them and really kind of try to bring to the forefront why they were heroes at their core. And in this one, basically, Steve Rogers is the sheriff, Tony Stark is the drunk yet very intelligent inventor, and Bruce Banner, Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin's causing some trouble, because, what good would the Wild West be if it weren't, for some serious crime? And Kingpin, he knows all about the crime. So yeah, this looks really fun, kind of reminiscent, 1602 and stuff, so if you're the alternate versions of Marvel heroes, boom, 1872.
You know what just hit me, the Secret War story that needs to be told is, so Doctor Doom is kind of just chilling out in between the end of the universes and the new ones, and he becomes God of this world. He's creating Battle World, and he's just taking a hit of this, it's World, why not? 1872, sure, why not? Hey, I want to come back to Spider Island. Come on back, So anyway, my final Secret Wars pick, Civil War number 1. This is Charles Soule and Leinil Francis Yu. I reread this recently. This is this is of course when the Superhero Registration Act was passed by the government, and Captain America and Iron Man kind of clashed over how it should be done. It's going to be the basis of next year's Captain America movie. But this posits, what if the war never ended? As you know, in that, Captain America saw the importance of surrendering, and then peace was made eventually, and then it led to a whole bunch of other cool stories. But anyway, what if the war kept going? And this picks that up. Little Francis Yu, he is one of those artists, when you just want brutal battles and gritty stuff, he's really good for this stuff. You may remember he did Secret Invasion, and I'm very excited to see what happens with this and how the war is escalated. It picks up 6 years later. So, Civil War is back on in this Battle World realm.
Yeah, and that is about it.
That is about it for the Battle World realm here. Yeah, and you know, we'll be moving right on here to our regularly scheduled program.
Regular scheduled picks of the weeks.
That's right.
Stay cool.